Every day, countless families miss the quiet warnings their elderly loved ones are giving them, until it's too late. These subtle signs aren't just part of getting older, they can be the body's way of saying time is running out. Imagine realizing, too late, that you could have offered comfort or support during their final months if only you had known what to look for. Today, you'll discover 5 critical signals that an elderly person may be in their last year, clues that can help you be there when it matters most. If you are not subscribed, subscribe and activate the notification bell so you don't miss any videos. 1. Significant weight loss. Imagine this. Your Uncle Joe, once the life of every family barbecue, piling his plate high with burgers and potato salad, now barely touches his food. His belts cinch tighter, his shirts hang loose where they once fit snugly. At first glance, you might shrug it off, thinking, he's just getting older. But what if there's something deeper happening? Something his body is quietly trying to say. Unintentional weight loss in older adults can be one of the first and most serious signs that their health is in decline, potentially signaling that they may be approaching their final year. Dr. Jane Smith, a geriatric specialist with more than 2 decades of experience, emphasizes, when older adults lose weight without meaning to, especially in their 80s or 90s, it's often a red flag. The body's ability to absorb nutrients diminishes, muscles waste away, and essential systems slow down. This isn't just speculation. Research from the Journal of the American Geriatric Society shows that losing 5% or more of body weight within a year is closely linked to an increased risk of death in seniors. It's like a car running on empty. It may still function, but it's struggling to keep going. Consider Mary, a 78-year-old grandmother whose family grew concerned when she lost 15 pounds in just 6 months. They tried everything. Cooking her favorite meals, offering comforting dishes like homemade lasagna, but she barely ate more than a few bites. At first, they chalked it up to a loss of appetite. But when she became too weak to climb the stairs, they realized something was seriously wrong. Further tests revealed her body was struggling to process protein, a sign that her digestive system was breaking down. For her family, it was a clear message. Rather than pushing food, they needed to prioritize her comfort and well-being. Why does this happen? As we age, taste buds weaken, making food less appealing. Underlying illnesses like cancer or heart failure can further drain the body's reserves. If you notice unexplained weight loss in a loved one, don't ignore it. Instead, offer easy-to-eat, nutrient-rich options like soups or smoothies. Is someone in your life shrinking before your eyes? What could their body be trying to tell you? Keep this question in mind. We'll return to it later. 2. Extreme fatigue and weakness. Picture this. Your mom, who once bustled around the kitchen baking pies and chatting happily, now spends her afternoons napping. She wakes up tired, moves slowly to the couch, and sighs, "I'm just so exhausted." You encourage her to rest, hoping a good night's sleep will help, but it doesn't. This isn't simple tiredness or laziness. It's a profound, unshakable fatigue that suggests her body's energy reserves are nearly depleted. According to gerontologist Dr. Michael Lee, aging naturally slows metabolism, but in the final year, the body shifts into conservation mode. This means the heart pumps less efficiently, oxygen delivery drops, and muscles receive fewer nutrients. It's like a phone stuck at 1% battery, barely able to power essential functions. A 2021 study published in The Lancet revealed that 70% of elderly patients in their last year experienced persistent, debilitating fatigue that no amount of rest could relieve. When the body senses its limits, it pulls energy away from everyday activities to sustain basic survival. Consider Mr. Patel, a neighbor who once found joy in tending his rose garden. One summer, he stopped gardening altogether. His daughter would find him dozing mid-morning, too drained to lift a watering can. At first, she urged him to snap out of it, thinking he just needed motivation. But he couldn't. His body had shifted focus inward, a quiet, unseen process they only fully understood after he passed away. For families, witnessing this transformation from vibrant to frail can be heartbreaking. Yet, pushing loved ones to stay active can often make them feel even weaker. So, what can you do when someone you love is struggling with extreme fatigue? First, allow them to rest when their body asks for it. Rather than pushing for big outings or activities, offer smaller, meaningful moments, like a gentle conversation or listening to their favorite music. This isn't about fixing their exhaustion. It's about meeting them where they are with patience and understanding. If you've ever felt helpless watching a loved one fade, know this: your presence and kindness are more powerful than any cure. And there's a deeper layer to this reality we'll explore soon. 3. Increased confusion or withdrawal. Imagine sitting down with your granddad, only to watch him trail off mid-sentence, struggling to finish his thought. He forgets names he's known for years, stares blankly at familiar rooms, or quietly skips family calls he once cherished. At first, it might seem like simple forgetfulness or a bad day, but these subtle changes in memory, mood, or engagement can signal something deeper. For many older adults, increased confusion or emotional withdrawal can begin up to a year before life's final chapter as the brain starts to let go gently. According to neurologist Dr. Sarah Kim, the brain requires steady oxygen and nutrient flow to function well. As circulation slows in advanced age, mental clarity fades, even without a diagnosis like dementia. Research from the Alzheimer's Association confirms that cognitive decline often accelerates in the last 12 months of life. It's like a lighthouse slowly losing power. Its guiding beam grows dim, even though it still stands. This quiet unraveling of the mind can feel alarming to loved ones, but it's often the body's natural way of conserving energy. Take Ellen, an 85-year-old widow whose son shared her story online. She was once the heart of every family gathering, known for her warm stories and infectious laugh. But last year, things changed. She began repeating herself during conversations and losing track of her thoughts. At Christmas, while the grandchildren opened their presents, Ellen sat quietly, her gaze distant. Her son initially thought she was upset, but the truth was more profound. Her brain was gradually retreating, too tired to keep up with the world around her. What felt like detachment was, in reality, a quiet surrender. How can you respond when someone you love begins to drift mentally or emotionally? The answer isn't to push them back into the present. It's to meet them where they are. Speak softly and offer familiar comforts, like a cherished song or a favorite blanket. Instead of forcing interaction, create a gentle, safe space for them. If you've ever felt the ache of watching someone fade away, know this: their withdrawal isn't rejection. It's a sign they're holding on in the ways they still can. And as we'll soon uncover, there's a deeper connection between these signs that brings everything together. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 1 below to let me know that you are still here with me. 4. Frequent infections and slow healing. Imagine the body as a castle. In youth, its defenses are mighty: tall walls, a deep moat, and watchful guards. But in the final year, those defenses weaken. The gates creak open, allowing colds to linger, minor cuts to fester, and serious infections like pneumonia to slip through more easily. This isn't just bad luck, it's the immune system signaling surrender. When someone you love seems to catch every bug or heal slowly from the smallest wound, their body may be quietly telling you that its protective barriers are wearing thin. Dr. Emily Torres, an infectious disease expert, explains, a weakening immune response is a hallmark of late-stage aging. As blood flow decreases, the body's ability to fight infection and repair itself diminishes. This isn't a small change, it's a profound biological shift. According to a CDC report, seniors over 80 are 20 times more likely to experience recurring infections in their final year of life. Even the simplest injuries, like bruises, can linger for weeks, leaving visible signs that the body's repair systems are struggling. What once healed in days now takes much longer, reflecting the body's declining ability to bounce back. Consider Clara, my friend's great-aunt. One day, a tiny scratch on her arm grew red and swollen. Weeks passed, but the wound wouldn't heal. Then came a cascade of urinary tract infections, UTIs, each one draining her energy further. Her family scrambled for solutions: doctors, medications, home remedies, but no cure seemed to stick. Eventually, they realized the best care wasn't just medical, it was about providing comfort. Gentle hygiene, hydration, and plenty of rest became their focus, easing her discomfort even when full recovery wasn't possible. What should you do if you notice a loved one falling into this pattern? Pay attention to recurring infections and slow healing. They aren't just inconvenient, they're important signals. Keep things simple. Ensure cleanliness, offer nourishing foods, and prioritize rest. And here's a key insight. Sometimes, the goal isn't to fix everything. It's to offer care and comfort as the body quietly prepares for its next chapter. Stay with me because there's a deeper thread connecting these signs, one that reveals an important truth about the body's final journey. 5. Major changes in breathing or circulation. Picture your dad sitting quietly in his favorite chair. The room is warm, but his hands feel like ice. His breath grows shallow, and even a short walk leaves him gasping. At night, he props himself up on pillows to ease a heavy, wet cough. These subtle but significant changes in breathing and circulation are often the body's quiet signals that the final stretch is approaching. What may seem like common aging discomforts are, in fact, deeper signs that the heart and lungs are working harder than ever just to keep going. Pulmonologist Dr. Robert Chen explains, the heart and lungs naturally weaken with age, but in the final months, they start to tire out. Blood circulation shifts inward to protect vital organs, leaving extremities cold and breathing more strained. This slowing of the body's core systems isn't rare. A British medical journal study found that 60% of elderly individuals exhibit irregular breathing patterns in their final months. One such pattern, known as Cheyne-Stokes breathing, is marked by cycles of shallow breaths followed by eerie pauses, like a metronome gradually losing rhythm. Consider Tom, a 90-year-old veteran whose story stays with me. His wife first noticed something odd when his fingertips turned a faint shade of blue. Walking across the hall became an exhausting effort, and he'd pause mid-sentence just to catch his breath. Alarmed, she worried they were missing something critical. Yet, when she reached out to a home nurse, the advice was unexpectedly simple. Use a humidifier to ease his breathing and offer calm, quiet reassurance. For Tom, these small comforts made his days more bearable without the disruption of constant hospital trips. If you notice these signs in someone you love, the best response is often patience and gentle care. Keep their room cool but not cold, offer extra pillows to ease breathing, and provide soft, moist air to soothe dry lungs. What would you do if a loved one's breath grew weaker? Sometimes, the kindest thing isn't to chase every solution. It's to offer comfort as the body gradually slows. And as these signs come together, they paint a powerful picture of how life's final chapter quietly unfolds. Life has a way of speaking to us, sometimes softly, sometimes urgently. The signs we've discussed, significant weight loss, extreme fatigue, increased confusion, frequent infections, and changes in breathing, ***, are the body's subtle messages that deserve our attention. Recognizing these clues isn't about fear, it's about understanding and offering the best care possible. Now, we'd love to hear from you. What stood out the most to you? Was there a sign that you hadn't recognized before, or a simple comfort you could offer a loved one? Share one thing you've learned and plan to put into practice in the comments below. Your experiences could help someone else navigate this delicate journey. If you found this video helpful, please leave your comment below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. By doing so, you're helping us spread wisdom and compassion to more people who need it. Thank you for watching, and remember, sometimes the smallest acts of care speak the loudest. Stay tuned for more insights, and we'll see you in the next video.